What's up, folks? Here we are again, the Week 16 edition of the Panther Fan Talk. I'm Eric, and with me every now and then is Will.
What's up, folks? It's actually the Week 17 edition, as this is the last game of the season.
That's right, 17. I can't count. We had a bye week.
14-1, coming off the disappointing loss to Atlanta. Ruined the perfect season, but obviously the bigger goal is still out there dangling before us. We still got the number 1 seed as we sit here today.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got to win. Got to win Sunday, 4:30, America's game of the week. And got to win to hold off Arizona. It's crazy to be 14-1 and have to win the last game of the season to get the number 1 spot.
Yep. I mean, we have to have this game, man. We looked, in my opinion, pretty horrible against Atlanta. And, Tampa Bay's coming in off a loss, coming into Charlotte. I mean, it's been raining all day. The field's probably going to be pretty soggy when we go to play them.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier today. I know where I work, like, the ground's just a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, where I live, the ground's a disaster. Everywhere in North Carolina, the ground's a disaster. So I know
Flash flood warning.
Field crews, I'm sure, have been doing everything they can to keep the field covered, and we're supposed to get some dry weather coming up. Well, dry-ish weather coming up. But that's an interesting point, and who knows what to expect. I know we already have a field that's like sodded differently down the middle than on the outsides from the rain that we've had in the past month and a half already. So who knows what to expect with the footing.
Yeah, also rumor has it, they got the Belt Bowl going on right now. Rumor has it they're not going to resalt the field.
Really?
So, yeah, that's what I've been hearing on Twitter and, online. So it's kind of weird, but.
Yeah, it's been a monsoon all day, and with the Belt Bowl, I didn't even put that, into my whole thought process.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be just, they're going to have to do something. They can't just leave it. It's got to get resodded, right?
Yeah, I mean, you would think it would, but, I mean, from what I've been hearing, they're saying not. But probably later on in the week, I'm sure they will. Either way, man, I mean, with it rain like this and the footing conditions going to be like they are, I'm not sure exactly what the status of Jonathan Stewart is, but we got to get back to the run game, man. We got away from it Sunday, and we got to have that going again.
We got, we had plenty of success, I felt like, in the running game.
Yeah, we did.
With Whitaker and Cameron Artis-Payne.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you quit giving them the ball, it's kind of hard to keep it going.
That's true.
But we also got another team coming in that prize themselves on running the ball. So with this sod being, whatever, the turf being whatever it's going to be, you got Doug Martin, who I know going into last week was the second leading rusher in the league.
Right.
You got Carolina, which was the best rushing team in the league coming into the last week. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, last I checked, was 4th in rushing, and they got a number 7 overall offense, number 9 overall defense. I mean, I don't exactly know why this team isn't in the playoffs, but
I do. Lovie Smith. That's what happens. That's what happens when you fall in Lovie. You get him as your coach. You get him as your coach, and you get people like Tony Dungy talking about how they're going to go to the Super Bowl in the first season, and the dude's just not good. It's pretty simple. He's just not good.
yeah.
But who is good for the Buccaneers, that's Jameis Winston. I personally expected him to be a pretty decent player. That's why I picked them early in the season or preseason to go 8-8.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing he surprised me with is his ability to run the ball when they need it. And then his leadership, I mean, it seems like he's really coming to his own as far as a leader on that team.
Yeah, I mean, he's been playing a lot better since the last time he played us, man. His stats were 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. That's pretty freaking good for a rookie.
Yeah.
And, you talk about him running. He's not that fast, but he's like a tank coming at you, I mean, it's going to take more than one person usually to take him down, so.
Yeah, he's an all-around quarterback, and obviously he doesn't pose the running threat that Cam does, but, again, I mean, his touchdown numbers are pretty good this season. I think second only behind Cam in rushing touchdowns. And He's obviously, like you said, a different quarterback than he was coming in. I still, however, expect him to make a few mistakes. I mean, we got him with 4 picks last time.
Yeah.
I think he'll possibly make this the get-right game for Josh Norman. Even though I don't think things were as bad as, a lot of people did with his last 2 performances. I think he gave up like 3 catches and 20 yards and a touchdown or something to Beckham. And then he came back with 5 or 6 catches, like 80 yards against Julio Jones. The coverage just wasn't there. And, we spoke in the last video about why that might have been with all the BS that was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this could be a get-right game for Norman, and we need that.
Man, we need everybody else freaking to get right in this game, man. I mean, freaking our defensive line, man, we got no freaking pass rush against Atlanta. Our offensive line just looked horrible. Talk about Jameis Winston's weapons, Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson, they're freaking, they're, the best you can get pretty much in the league right now.
Yeah, as far as a tandem, I mean, that's definitely as much size as you're going to see.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both really good receivers. So, not just Norman, but Peanut and Finnegan, they're going to have to be on their game.
Yeah. This is a huge game for us, man. If we lose this, Arizona wins, then we lose home field advantage. So, we have to have this game.
Defensively, they're also underrated. Again, coming into the season, I thought their defense would be much improved. It just looked like they had the tools building last season.
Yeah.
It didn't show early on, but as of late, it seems to have picked up.
Yeah, I didn't know they were 9th in the league overall. That's a pretty freaking good defense. And then you throw in their offensive numbers. I mean, they got a good team, man. They can come to Carolina and they can pull off the upset, but their godless upset will happen.
Yeah, they're more than capable. Again, coaching-wise, I think they're hurting. Still got the potential for rookie mistakes from Winston, even though it's hard to really even consider someone a rookie in Week 17.
Yeah.
Their defense, it's kind of up and down. They're much improved as of late, but I think, we could still gash them. Hopefully, we get back to going deep. Don't know what happened last week with that, why we decided that we don't want to throw a deep ball. But I think it could be there for the picking.
Yeah, I know last week Ted Ginn got hurt. I don't know if it was like, hey, he's out, we can't go deep anymore. But then
what about Philly Brown? Wasn't he a deep threat?
Philly Brown, and we got Funchess, man. And I don't even think Funchess, I don't know if he even got thrown to in the game.
Yeah, I know he had at least one, but dude, it was like, I don't know. Anyways, that was last game, but if you go back to every game other than that, we love throwing it deep. We got the most accurate deep ball passer in the league with Cam Newton. So I expect us to be able to get over the top of that secondary from Tampa.
Yeah.
Should be able to, get our rushing game back going. And hopefully, turn things around and be on a positive note, home field advantage going into the playoffs.
Yeah. The run game's going to be key, man. I mean, we were, top of the league for a long time. I mean, top 3 pretty much the whole season. We got to get back to running the ball. Like, I don't know why we got away from it, but we just have to get back to running the ball this game. And if we do that, then, we should win this and get the home field.
So keys to the game, running the ball. Got anything else?
Freaking rush the passer, man. Get some sacks.
That's where I was headed. Winston, very accurate quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get to him. Even though we talked about his deceptive mobility, he's not as difficult to pin down in the pocket as some of the other quarterbacks around the league.
Yeah.
So, got to be able to pin our ears back in obvious passing situations and get to him. And that's going to start with first down, second down, slowing down those short passes and the running by Doug Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think those two things, us running the ball and us finding a pass rush, that's going to be not only the keys to this game, but throughout the playoffs for the Panthers' success. I think, I personally think we get it done. I think it's going to be, pretty similar to the last game. I think we forced them into some turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think ultimately we get back to our winning ways. I got us 28-21 in the first time I've picked a normal score all season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close too, man. It's funny, I was going to go with 28, but I guess I'll go 27.
We can't be the same.
No, we're different. You and I. We're not so different, you and I. Anyway, yeah, 27 to 23. and a close nail-biter for home field.
So we had our 99 subs going into this video. One more way. We're going to rewind it a little bit, and anyone that has commented since we've been talking about this, I'll go ahead and throw you into the pot. Anyone that comments before we actually, get to our video after the 100 sub video, you're going to get thrown into the pot as long as you're a subscriber and get a chance to win the Panther mystery box.
I don't even know what's in it.
I don't either. So check us out on Twitter
At Panther Fan Talk, and I'm at Eric the 6'5".
And again, thanks last week to OX4 Fantasy Sports, as I called it out wrong, at OX4 Fantasy Sports on Twitter. And as always, keep pounding.
Dab on them folks, man.